Well, another Valentine's Day has come and gone, and I didn't receive one Valentine. I don't get it. How can any hot babe look at this face and not fall head over heels in love with me? Am I not the good-looking gnome of years gone by? Oh, mirror, mirror, I appeal to thee, and show me what the ladies see. What? Oh my God! I'm hideous! I'm hideous!
Happy Valentine's Day!
Hello to all our friends out there.
Well, here we are in part 4 of this 1948 Crosley TV series. Now you're looking at my high voltage tester here. This little guy I suspected of being bad.
Oh, this is bad.
Because it only would register about 4 to 6K here. I didn't actually see it go past 10, so after all the testing I did on part 3, we determined that this was no good because no matter what this read, I was getting high voltage because of what we saw on the screen. You know, I had high voltage all the time, and I didn't know it. I was relying on this, and because of the problems I was having with the ion trap, I thought I had a bad flyback. So, we know that's not true. I went on eBay and ordered a new one of these, and it just arrived today. Here it is.
Happy Valentine's Day!
This one's a little bit bigger. Hopefully it works. Now, I haven't tested it yet, but hopefully we'll get more than 10,000 off of this, because the specs on the TV say it should be around 10 to 12,000. Let's put an end to the speculation right now and just test this, okay?
Yeah.
First, let's just test the old one here. See what we get. So it's measuring about 2.4. That's almost 6,000. Okay, now we'll try the new one. Okay, high voltage. Be there, baby. Do it for Buzz. 10K.
Oh, that's good.
$10K. Man, where were you when I needed you? When your test equipment fails. This is what happens.
Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth?
Well, well, well. Look at this. It's the CRT all cleaned up. All the stuck-on goop is gone. I thought I heard Dickel in the middle of the night working and singing. He did a fine job. Mighty fine. Wow, look at this. He even cleaned up the strap. Then he glued on some rubber padding on it. He deserves some whiskey for this.
Oh boy, whiskey.
And take a look at this. With the tube cleaned up, you can read the printing here. It says it's a Dumont tube, a 12QP4. Originally, they had a 12JP4 in here. I'm pleased. Very pleased. Dickel, you're going to get what you deserve. You're looking at R36A.
Now what?
This is a 7K resistor.
Whoop-de-doo, sir.
Now originally, this was part of this canned ohm resistor.
So what?
And this had blown. And this guy, this pesky little thing, is getting real hot. And I'm worried that this will probably blow at some time. And in the schematic, they list a R36A, which I believe goes right here. And they had wires going to it. But in the SAM's schematic, it can't be found. So I think they made a mistake on the schematic. And I'll show you the rider schematic I have. So on this rider schematic, you can see the 7K resistor here. They're marked different on the rider schematic, But this is R36A. If this is getting too hot, it may be because this was not on there. On this 300 volt B plus line, and here's the one that's missing here. They call this R213A. It's R36B, and it's 2.5K. So I'm going to add that here. You're looking at the speaker for the TV.
Oh, good grief.
And no, I did not do this.
Yeah, right.
I was reading on the Antique Radio Forum that this TV had a notorious problem with the speaker paper. Just about all of them disintegrated like that. But the speaker works pretty good, although it's missing a portion of the paper there. So I'm going to see if I can fix this. It's not going to be a pretty job. It's just a TV speaker, so I don't really care about the quality. At least it'll work. I'm not going to show any of that on camera. You've probably seen that a million times. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards, and maybe we can test it. Well, I fixed the speaker.
Good Lord.
I had a bad connection over on one of these wires here, so I had to unravel the paper here on the transformer and resolder it. So since I was at it, I decided, what the hell, let's paint this red here. My trademark. If you don't like it, take a hike.
Why, you little punk.
And I didn't have any coffee filter material to fix this with, so I decided to use what I had on hand. And I found an old dollar bill in the street, and it was all wet because it was raining. And I decided to use the paper from a dollar bill.
Why, you numbskull.
I also used a Kleenex, which is very flimsy, but it did work. But on the larger holes here, I used the dollar bill. I think that looks pretty good.
Oh, brother.
You'll probably never see another one like this. There's old George here.
George not understand.
There's the Great Seal of the United States.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's got $1 here. United States of America. I think it looks cool.
You can't fix stupid.
We're going to test it here in a little bit. I like it.
Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one.
At first just go sleep. Turn the wider shade of pale.
Well, because of this video, Monster Go Home, my last video, part 3, was blocked 3 days after I posted it.
Oh my God.
It wasn't blocked worldwide, just to USA and Canada. So I appealed it. And during this appeal, the video was unblocked. It took about a week, and then the appeal was denied, and the video blocked again. So what did I do? I disputed it, saying I was only using the short clip to test the 1948 black and white TV. I felt this was so-called fair use of the clip. So as of now, my video is still up, but it'll probably be blocked again if and when they get around to reviewing my dispute. So if that fails, I'll just have to re-edit the ending of the video using stills and voiceovers.
That sucks.
So if you see a re-upload, you'll know that the dispute was rejected. Monster Go Home, bah. Copyright crap go home.
Hell yeah.
Update, February 9th, 2021, 10:22 a.m. Take a look at this. I have received an email from YouTube. Hi Buzz 1151. Good news. After reviewing your dispute, NBC Universal has decided to release their copyright claim on your YouTube video. Hallelujah! Justice has prevailed. This just goes to prove you can fight City Hall and win.
A wonderful, a wonderful.
It's time to get out the old mirror. Now I got this mirror, about 2 or 3 years ago. I saw it sitting on a street corner, and somebody was trying to get rid of it.
I see dead people.
So I picked it up, not knowing if I was going to need this in the future. I just thought it looked kind of neat. I better pick it up. Boy, it's coming in handy here with this TV. I'm going to use this to test the ion trap, and we'll do that right now. It's a fun little segment. Don't miss it. Now, if you watched part 3, you saw me messing with the ion trap until I got a nice bright screen. I've got the mirror hooked up here so you can see the TV. See how that worked? And I think the problem I had was I had the ion trap reversed. That's what caused all that trouble, because I couldn't get anything on the screen. So let me turn this off. I'll flip this ion trap around and I'll show you what that looks like.
Stop making such a big deal out of it.
See, that's the way it was. Now I flip it this way. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
Alright, let's just turn the power up. 60, 90, 100, 120. Let it warm up.
Can you see anything?
You see I got nothing on the screen there. I'll turn the brightness up. All I got is a little bit on the edge there on the right, so let me try to adjust it here.
I see nothing.
Isn't that amazing?
Huh?
This was causing all my problems. I had the magnet in reverse. I guess that reduces the positive or the negative or whatever it is. Amazing.
I guess so.
Let me just flip it around. See? Let that be a lesson to you. You gotta have your ion trap on the right way. If it's backwards, you get squat and you chase your tail for a couple weeks.
You dumb cluck.
Now for over a week, I've been fighting tooth and nail about a contrast problem on this TV. As you can see,
That's horrible.
that's as much contrast that I get on here.
It's horrible, Van Helsing, horrible.
And believe me, it looks a lot better through the camera than it does in person.
So why don't you fix basic meathead, huh?
So I was doing all sorts of things, working with Brendan. And yesterday I was just swapping some tubes. And I decided to swap the video detector tube, which is this one here. This is a 6AC7. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in, and we'll see the difference. I tested the tube that was in there. It tests good, but then when you do the life test on it, it goes down real fast, so there's not much life left in it. It also fails the grid leakage test. Now the one I'm putting in here, it tests good, and the life test works real good, but it does have a grid leakage problem too. This is one of the original tubes. In fact, they both were originals. We'll put that in there, let it warm up, and we'll see what it looks like. See the difference?
No, sir.
I ordered a HDMI to RF analog TV transmitter from China, of course.
真的好感激你哦.
You can hook this up to your computer, and then I'm going to hook up the computer to the TV.
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Here's the HDMI connector. It came with a power supply, supplies 5 volts, and it came up with an RF cable here. The only problem with this is the cable they use. I believe this is like a gaming RF cable. It's the one with the middle pin real thick. See, one goes in there, and the other end I cut off because I can't fit it on the TV, and just soldered the wires onto a regular RF TV type cable. So I'm going to hook this up. It came with a little remote here, and I'll show you how that works when we get it going. And I did have an HDMI cable. It doesn't come with it, but I had one available. So I'm going to hook it up to the laptop, and we're going to put a picture here on the TV, see how it looks. I think it was like $15, something like that. Okay, it's hooked up. I found this works better if I use an external ground on here. So this is going to the TV. I'll show you the remote screen, and we're going to test the speaker. Let's just see what it looks like. Let me just show you the menu screen here. It's got a horizontal size, vertical size, brightness, contrast, and all sorts of these goodies here. I'll just quick put this video on here on full screen. This is a video of Finnegan Fox. I love watching this fox here. He's the cutest thing. The way he laughs. Here's a short clip.
Hi! That's just the squirrel dishes. Hi, Finnegan. I haven't seen you in weeks. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, Finnegan! Did you miss me? Did you? Did you miss me?
Way back in the late 70s, there was a TV show called Laverne and Shirley. Now, Laverne and Shirley were okay, but these two guys were really funny, and they stole just about every scene they were in. Here are Lenny and Squiggy.
Why you sit down, relax, and dance to the rhythmic music of Lenny and the Squigtones. I'm Lenny, and I'm the Squigtones. And that's Matt. This song is called Night After Night, and it's about 2 nights in a row. Tonight, I held you in my arms.
Darling.
Night after night, sampled all your songs.
Night after night, while
I can tell
Wow.
you're marching to a wedding bell.
I only wanna do what's right.
But who wants to look at the same broad night after night after night.
I'll treat you like a queen,
Darling,
night after night, 'cause you were 17.
night after night, wow.
Your birthday rolled around, so you let me go to town. Now I lost my appetite.
Even true love can be boring night after night. Night after night. We have nothing in common, girl, you know that's a fact. You must have night after
I'll think of you and smile,
darling,
night after night, but only for a while.
night after night, wow.
Then I'll find me someone new,
Wow.
won't be someone dumb like you.
Yeah.
Who won't know how to fight.
And won't make me sleep on the sofa night after night. Night after night. Night after night.
I loosened the relay here. I'm going to take this apart and see if I can fix it. Now there's an open here in the winding somewhere. Hopefully it's an easy fix. I can fix it. It'll be kind of interesting to see how that works. After a certain point, it's supposed to click in and then start all the power. There it is. It had 6 wires on it. Brumfield, Indiana. Let's take these 2 screws off, see what happens. That's easy enough. Looks like there's a wire here that's soldered on the bottom there. And there's a spring here. Let me take the spring out, see what happens. Alright, that was pretty easy. There's that wire that's soldered there. I took the cap off that was here, and it still measures open. So I was thinking maybe if I put this in a vise, maybe I can tap this out. This whole thing will come out, this centerpiece here. What do you think? I'll try it. Well, I succeeded in just...
You wrecked it!
This thing came off. Oh. Okay. So. Potter and Brumfield Manufacturing Company, Princeton, Indiana.
I don't know if I need to go to Indiana, man.
This looks like Mission Impossible to me, but since I've gotten this far, I might as well completely wreck it, right? What if I peel off this paper here and we can expose the coil?
Can you dig it?
Isn't that hard for you?
How hard could it be?
This thing's got like a coating of, I don't know what that is, varnish or something? Whatever it is, it's a thick coat. I think I'll soak this in lacquer thinner and see what happens. In the meantime, I'll go on the internet to see if they have any relays I could use.
Please make me a drink of grain alcohol and rainwater and help yourself to whatever you'd like.
I'll just soak that overnight, see what happens. Oh, there it is. I soaked it overnight. Looks like the lacquer thinner did its job.
Yep.
Sure made a mess out of it.
I don't like what you say anyway. I'll fix it. We still got time.
I have to find the end here where it solders on here. I'm going to look for that off camera. But while this was soaking, I went on the internet and I found a relay that might work on there. Let me show you that. Here's the eBay listing. Potter and Brumfield relay, 5,000 ohms, 2 amp, type 216. And here's some pictures of it. There's the box. There's another view of it, the coil in it. There's another view. There's the socket pin. So I might be able to use this coil in here and rebuild mine, but I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But it's only $12.99, so I'm going to order it. Well, I took off this top part here. I found the end of one wire here on the outer coil here. You see that? But cannot find the other end of the wire that should be on the inner coil here. There's no trace of it anywhere. This is starting to unravel here. See that? So I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to fix this. Although I could wind it. But since I found that one online, what I think I'll do is maybe I can use the coil from that and try to rebuild the relay that was in the TV. Or I could just use the whole thing that I ordered and somehow hook that up. But we'll tackle that in the next episode.
Okie doke.
Well, for the past 2 days it's been snowing here in Portland. It's kind of rare. I don't think we got any snow last year. It usually snows about once a year. And so we got hit yesterday. It's probably 3 or 4 inches. I know it's not much compared to you guys back east, but here it's a big deal. Anyway, that's the weather here in Portland. Cold. Well, the time has come for me to leave you. But I'll be back on part 5. Maybe we'll finish this project up. Seems like I've been working on this thing for years. Good night, everybody. This is Buzz 1151. Adios, amigos.